Noeton Resource Management Unit. My second and my last time here until today, 2019, I was coming back from the lake and I seen a guy step out of the bushes in full orange.
Oh, wow.
With a black powder rifle on his back. And he goes, he sees me and I got my orange hat, my orange hoodie on. What are you doing here? I looked at him, I said, when did deer season start? He said, 12 o'clock last night.
Oh,
nice. I need to get to my car. Let me walk you to your car.
Yeah. Maybe we won't have so many spider webs. Yeah. I'm surprised they've sprayed all this.
Oh,
I didn't think TVA would do that.
it's a management area, so they do X amount. Whenever I was here last, they just put a new pipe in here.
Oh, okay.
Of course, then what's that? January 2019, so that's almost 4 years.
Yeah.
Almost 5, actually. I know, 4 years.
The water up there at Canyon Creek is nasty. Like floating sludge on the top. It was gross.
Boy, I missed that big one. The spider web is going this way.
I see it now.
So it catches people going in that way. There's a big one there.
Yeah.
So
There's a marker up there where they're going in.
There's very little out here. Too big a space for them, I would assume.
Yeah. Yep.
There's a spider web in there. I'm going to go in and find out. Do some looking. No hoof prints.
Okay.
No paw prints like a dog, wolf, raccoon, nothing like that. So don't know.
People.
Flowers wise, this place has been a dud.
Yeah. Well, and I wonder if they didn't kill quite a bit of it on the spraying.
May have. But this time of the year, it's very selective on what you're going to see anyway.
Yeah.
I basically offered it because
It's
there's no
wide.
grass.
It's wide.
Yes.
That Johnson Ridge is not. So I get it, the narrowness. Yeah, you probably would have got a lot of mushrooms, but and that one I'm always kind of like iffy on, because you know it is similar to this one. People can just go up in there and camp and pitch tents and fish and whatever. And you didn't take me. But I knew this is gravel, and I think that'd be hard on his feet because dirt trail's a little bit easier on their paws.
But last time I was here, it was more like this. Didn't have this, so.
Yeah,
But you know, 3 years of improvements.
Except for they've killed all the plant life. They want you to apply lessons in math and social studies and like cross content. So I had done a lesson plan on partitioning. Little did I know the next lesson had to be using partitioning in another content course. And I'm like, oh my God, I could have picked something better than that. So I'm like racking my brain. I'm like, how am I going to use this in something else?
Could that maybe been the camp they were talking
Well,
about?
and that's what I'm saying. This is what I'm telling you, is that this looks like a picnic area that people have always come down to swim and eat. And so it could have been, and somebody might have just been set up here. But they always get me on that. They're always like, oh, now let's take your lesson that you did for this task and transport it. I'm like, oh, wonderful.
You can expound upon it,
Yes.
but in a different direction.
Oh, right. Metacognition, that's the big word we have to use.
Metacognition.
Yes. Metacognition.
Definition,
is,
please.
It's a made-up word, and we now use this in the teaching, is critical thinking and applying schema to your new knowledge that you're trying to learn. So schema is your previous knowledge and applying it into new knowledge. And then we have to add engineering into our science and math now. It's a whole lot. It's no longer the 3 R's.
You have to have much more development.
Yep. Which is funny because when I was in kindergarten class, we were just more worried about them going through the lunch line and learning their lunch number.
See, whenever I was in kindergarten, I never was because they didn't have kindergarten whenever I was in school. You went right from home to first grade.
Yeah.
And our big worry was, can I drink the water I washed my watercolor brushes out in and not die?
Yes.
that was it.
I had that question actually. I found some little things. They're just out of the moss.
Something, finally.
Something, but I did find something growing and trying to bloom. Okay, don't go down into that little ditch there.
There we go. I did that with Allison on a hike where I went down a slope to see dwarf irises.
Yeah.
And I'm down like 30 foot down a slope.
Yeah.
And I said, I don't see you coming down. She says, I have the phone in case we need to call for help. Oh, okay, I see what the ranger's job is now. Is to make sure I stay out of trouble.
And there's a real pretty spider web in between those 2 branches that are sticking up to your left.
Okay.
Come back, the sun might have raised a little bit, but you just can't see it right now.
Yeah.
If the sun was up just a little bit more. Oh, there you go. We found some wildlife. Oh, that's pretty. I forgot this little.
The leaf canopy is so great that the underbrush cannot develop.
Yeah. So smooth sailing in Rutledge, but not so much in the city.
Yeah. It's probably the way the shoreline is with the trees.
Yeah.
And it was really rough whenever I when I almost got here. This is like Cumberland Gap and the Smokies, all over the place like this. There's sections of my grandfather's farm in Kentucky that looks like this.
Really?
I don't remember all this uphill.
Yeah, once you kind of get up to the top, then it's kind of more of a gradual incline down to the lake. I think this is probably where the Girl Scouts pooped out on me.
It's like watching the Appalachian Trail movie with Robert Redford, and the guy he's trying to do it with, he goes, up, there's got to be a down sometime.
Yes.
How far are we in? Quarter mile. Yeah.
So, oh, there's some flowers. Just very few.
Yeah. So you want me to run down in there with
I don't. I'm just gonna,
the ticks and chiggers and stuff?
I'm just trying to help you. I'm the spotter.
And you're good at it too.
Thank you.
Let's see. If I go in, come out, and come out. There's nothing. Now see, this is how I wandered around the flowers at Panther Creek.
Right, you didn't just stomp in there. There's a good way and there's a bad way.
Well, I got to where I understood whenever I went back and seen the initial notice that you're not supposed to be out in it and you're not supposed to pick them.
Yeah.
It's just like this. It's fresh ground. It was prepped for planting. And I remember the days back whenever I lived on the farm, you only went out in the field certain times.
Yeah.
Because you don't, if you go out there with a tractor or you walk around or something and you compact the soil, and then you're in trouble. That poor old knees of mine.
Are they yelling at you right now?
They're going, you're doing what?
You're doing what? And you expect us to do what?
You do realize that you're not 20 anymore. Yeah. 53 years ago, I was 20.
I hate that I'm ruining your right side hike back, but
Doesn't matter. You see what's on your side right there?
yeah,
You got a mushroom
I
finally.
see that.
That's a pretty
That's
nice
a
one.
pretty, yeah, it's a nice one. She was starving to death. I was trying to get her to sleep.
I was down there in the shade
Yeah.
coming back, and deer about this tall blasted across here.
Yeah, I could see it. Oh, I've been educated. That's great. Now, is this just a little short tube that goes down to the?
It's another bit of the trail. I've never been on it because I've always been on the main trail.
Yeah, I usually stay on the main.
See, that's the part wrong with this trail. Just so you know. I like trails where you go uphill to the goal, then downhill back to your car.
Yes, I agree. I like a loop. I don't mind it in and out, but I like loop. But you do get to see stuff that you didn't see the first time, so I can't complain about it.
And we're getting close to the lake. Closer to the water source, the more flowers.
Funny how that works.
And this trail is shorter right now than it is in the winter.
Right, because I think the one time, I want to think me and Morgan came in May, maybe on a Mother's Day, and of course the lake was still down, and you could walk all the way out, and you could see the bridge.
Yeah. I had to get Google Earth out to figure out what bridge I was looking at.
Yeah.
And the lake is down.
Yeah.
It's been up for about a week and a half from all the rains we had, so. And no, I didn't know we had beaver here at one time.
It's definitely a beaver,
That's beaver chawing.
and that's a big tree.
Yeah. And that tree has been down a long time. I think it was still up in 19.
Well, that's what I wanted to say. I don't know that it was down when we came, but it's those are big trees.
I wonder if that's a creek or just a water runoff right there. I don't see movement coming
Yeah,
this way.
I don't see movement coming out of it. Well, there is movement,
But it may be
but it may just be from
the wind.
wind. And the little pictures of the
If it is a creek, there's not much flow because you can see it goes way back up in there. And it could be a little trickle, and by the time you get down this far, there's not enough flow.
Did you see the B-roll stump there?
Apparently they didn't like the dimension that they had, so they had to trim it down a little bit.